Hello, I am so excited to talk about this subject today. Every time I read this passage, it always intrigued me. And I'm coming from Mark chapter 11, verse 12, when Jesus um, comes across a fig tree. And when Jesus saw the fig tree in the distance, he went up to it because he was hungry and he wanted some figs. But the fig tree had no figs. It didn't bear any figs. And in another, I believe it's in Matthew, I believe, look it up. um, Jesus gave a parable of a man who had a vineyard and the fig tree wasn't producing any figs. And he said to, destroy it. But the owner of the vineyard was like, no, let me dig around it and put some fertilizer there and see if it starts producing figs. Give it a year, and if it doesn't, then we'll destroy it. And so the reason why this story always intrigued me is because I guess this speaks to me in with the gifts that God has placed in within us all. And he didn't give us a gift just to be giving us a gift. He gave us a gift for a purpose. And that purpose is so that others can benefit from it. God is really, I'll say for lack of better words, serious about the gifts that he bestows upon his children. It is a gift. Like, what if someone gave you a gift? What if you gave someone a gift, right? And they received it, but you noticed they wasn't using the gift. It's almost as if it's like, well, since you don't appreciate the gift, it's like you would want to take it back. Well, give me back my gift then. Whenever God gives us something, he's given it to us for a purpose. And he makes no mistakes. But a lot of times, especially in today's time with social media, and we can see what everyone is doing, we want to say, because I don't have the gift that that person has and they're benefiting from it, that my gift is worthless. No, your gift is valuable. That's why God gave it to you. Everything God possesses is highly valuable. And he gave it to you for a reason. So that when others come across you, they can benefit from the gift that God is giving you. So when they come and they need something to sustain them, they can benefit from that gift that God has placed within you. I don't care how small you think it is. It wasn't small to God. That's why he gave it to you. And we have to stop comparing ourselves to others, because that's going to kill what God has placed within you. Focus on what God has placed within you. It's already in you. It's like you're already doing it and don't even realize because you don't consider it valuable, but somebody else will that needs it. In the Bible, God gives parables about, talents and different things. He's given it more than once, from the fig trees, which I've seen twice, just in different scenarios. One with the vineyard owner, and one with Jesus being hungry, and those that he's given talents. The fact that it's being repeated itself in different ways, he's saying, I want you to get it. I want you to understand that what I've given you, don't bury it. As in the man who had the one talent and was scared, and he buried it because he knew that the owner was a hard man. He said, if you knew I was a hard man, you could at least invested it. Like, your gift is important. You are important. God gave it to you. You just have to use it. Do not bury it. That's the wrong thing you can do. Use it. Walk in it. Everybody's gift is not the same, because God didn't create us all the same. We all don't think the same. We all don't walk the same, talk the same. Everybody has a little, a special uniqueness about them. Get up and use your gift, whatever it may be. I remember I was in a season when I was like, okay, God, I'm going to start. You gave me this dream, so I'm going to start doing the things. I'm going to walk by faith and do what you've called me to do. And I wrote my first book, Limitless Inspirations, a self-help book of poetry and motivation. And I wrote that book when I was going through some trying times. But my writings helped to sustain me, helped me to keep pushing forth, because it was as if God was speaking through me in my writings. And that book is important because it's for those who are going through things, and you need to know that you're going to make it. You're not the only one going through. You can make it, push through. That was birthed out of my pain, right? And then I stepped out on faith and left my government job to go to film school to pursue my film degree. And in that, I filmed documentaries. I made 2 documentaries, one 6 feet from starting my an actor's journey, and To Live or Die in LA, right? I was just busy going, like walk by faith, because if I plant the seed, it's going to be done. And I was just creating like crazy. Whatever it is, I didn't care. I was just creating, right? Then I got offered to do a wedding. I did this wedding. I mean, I was just creating everywhere. Like, God, you ain't going to find me not using what you put in me. And then there was a point where I got tired. Like, all these seeds I've planted, all these things that I've been doing, and I'm not reaping the benefit of it. I don't see anything coming to. I remember I did a video on it. Like, I just plan. And I ain't reaping nothing. Like, but I didn't stop. I just kept going. But you got to know, when you are using your gift and you're planting your seed, it's not going to come up right away. If you was to put if you was to put a real seed in the ground right now and come back 30 minutes later, nothing is going to happen. It's going to take time. That seed has to be buried within the dirt. And then as it's buried deep down in the dirt, and as it starts sprouting, it has to find its way up and push through the dirt just to come up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a process. And when God started teaching me about processes, and there's a process for everything, it's just like, okay, all I got to do is just keep going. As long as I'm being obedient, it doesn't matter if it's one person that likes and that sees I did my job, that one person was touched. Because it's really not about me. It's about God and his kingdom and walking in the purpose that he placed within us and being obedient with the gift that he bestowed upon us and entrusted us with. So when we take self out the picture, which I had to learn, because you can look and be like, why this person doing it? I just prospering and I'm not. Why this? God has a special season, an appointed time for everything. And our job is just to go through life, learn the lessons, and walk in what he's called each and every one of us to walk in. We have our own journey to walk, and we have to be obedient to what God has placed within us. And so now, no matter what, I've been at it for a while. Okay, I've done a lot of things, and God has placed me in arenas, and he's given me dreams in arenas that he's placed me in the rooms that he's placed me in. It was just like a reminder to say, it's okay. You're on the right path, just keep going forward. And so now my thing is, I'm just going to have fun and do what God called me to do regardless, because I'm not looking for praise from men. I just want to make my Father proud and use what he's given me. So just remember, no gift is too small. Every single gift is important because God gave it to you. It's valuable. And people need what God has placed within you. But you got to use it. You got to stop caring about what other people think and start doing what God created you to do. What if Jesus, when he walked the earth and they were talking about him, they said he was blasphemous, They said he had power from Beelzebub and all this stuff. They came against him heavy. What if he allowed that to stop him? But he knew his purpose. He knew why he came. So he used what the Father gave him. He said, only do what I see my Father do. And we needed it. We needed it. We need to eat from what he had to give to sustain us. It was life or death for us. And he pushed anyway. And that's how like we got to be no matter what. Just use your gift. Just use your gift and have fun using it because it's valuable. It's extremely valuable and it's extremely important. And it's not supposed to look like anyone else's. That's the beauty and the rarity of it. You know, if everyone possessed a diamond, everyone, it wouldn't be valuable. A diamond is valuable because everyone can't possess it. It costs. It comes with a price. So that's the beauty in your gift. It doesn't look like everyone else. Your gift doesn't look like mine, and mine doesn't look like yours. But our gift is valuable. It's rare because it's what God gave you. And I think that's why I love that passage of him with the fig tree. And I used to be like, well, God, that's not nice. Why would you curse it? Why would you curse the fig tree? I was young and I didn't understand. But as I got older, I understood. And even in one passage, I'm telling you, it said that the fig tree, it wasn't even in season to plant the figs. It's like, how you gonna hold that fig tree accountable if it wasn't even the season for the figs to produce? And what I got is, if you're a fig tree, your job is to produce figs regardless. Whether you're in a good season, a bad season, no matter what the season, produce what I put within you. It's not in you it's not, I didn't put it within you for a specific time. I put it within you to use all the time. And as you're using it all the time, this is how you're going to grow. You're going to learn. There's some experiences that you're going to need to go through with this gift that you're going to need to learn. So when you get to the next level, you'll be a little bit more polished. And your gift to be a little bit more polished. And which each level I take you to, your gift can grow with you as well. You begin to produce more and more and more and more and more. You'll produce more and more and more and more and more. Your gift will start birthing babies. I didn't give you a gift just to have that one little thing. I gave you this gift so it can produce and it can create. This is what God created us to do, to be creators. That's what we're here to do, create. Like, think about it. Our Father is the greatest creator of all times. In my Muhammad Ali voice, God is the greatest creator of all times. There's no one greater than him. No one. He is the master creator, Alpha, the Omega of creation. So why wouldn't you think that he didn't put the ability to create within you? That's what we're supposed to do. If we was to go 2,000 years ago, I have a ring light in front of me and I have a microphone in my hand. This didn't exist. And just because it didn't exist, God placed the thought into somebody to create it. They didn't say, oh, that doesn't exist. I ain't seen nobody else do it, so I can't do it. No, they did it. And because of them being obedient, I now can use this microphone to help with my gift and this ring light to help with what God has placed within me. You get what I'm saying? And because of somebody, when they were living in tents and God gave it to them, like, we're going to build homes. There's going to be a shelter. It's not going to be tents anymore. And they didn't say, oh, that didn't exist. I can't do it because this person ain't did it. And it doesn't look like anybody else if they did it. And now everybody, we all have homes, a roof over our head because somebody was obedient in creating the gift that God placed within them. So it doesn't matter if your gift, what God called you to do, doesn't exist right now. Do it anyway. That's why he wants you to do it, because it doesn't exist. I mean, we serve such a mighty God. There's so much greatness within you. There's so much power within you. Mm. So I guess what I came on here to say is just because I know that some people are comparing themselves to other folks. Some people are scared to use their gift because they're afraid of what someone may say. They're afraid that their gift isn't good enough. It doesn't matter. Do it anyway. They're going to talk about you anyway. Everybody is not going to like you. Everybody is not going to agree with you. But the people that God has for you to reach, they'll receive it. And stop looking for it to happen overnight. David was anointed king, and it took him years. I know it was over a decade, maybe 10 to 20 years. I don't have the exact, but you can look it up, before he was able to walk in the authority of a king. The promise had already was given to him, but he had to go through a process before he possessed it. A seed does not sprout up overnight, but it takes time. So don't give up. God has placed greatness within you. Walk in your gift, because we need what God has put within you. I love you.